Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. It's Lizzie the Lightworker here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, everybody. New, welcome, old. Welcome. Love you guys. Thank you so much for checking me out. Today we're working on Capricorn and Cancer, twin flame separation. So I no longer assign genders to these because it's too confusing, it's too complicated, and you guys were complaining. So now I'm doing it like this. So it depends how it resonates with you, okay? You may resonate more with the Capricorn energy when I'm talking about the Cancer, or you may resonate more with divine masculine energy if you're a female, or male versus female, if that makes any sense. So however it resonates, guys, don't worry about what does not resonate, okay? Cancer and Capricorn. Let's get right into this. So in separation, let's get a card. I'm just going to shuffle these really quick, and then I'm going to put them aside. But I want to get a card for the energy that this union in separation is carrying. Each of you. Okay, so let's do that. So in separation, what type of energy is this union carrying? That bottom card wants to come out. So I got jealousy. Jealousy and gratitude, interestingly enough. Kind of like two opposing forces, okay? So we're gonna use these as sort of like the theme of the reading, and we'll put them aside. So in separation, Capricorn. What's been going on with Capricorn? So I feel like Capricorn is really, I don't know, I feel like they're trying to fight their way out of something. I feel like they're in a little bit of a younger energy, but I do feel like they're very self-focused. And they're not going to let anybody interrupt their self-focus. They are all about the newness of like opportunity, like what's coming for them, what they want. They have their eye on the prize, okay? I feel like they're very passionate about Cancer, but I feel like there was some fighting going on, or some difference of opinion, or Cancer maybe ruffled Capricorn's feathers a little bit. But either way, Capricorn's like, I got a leg to stand on. I'm right here. Okay, so whatever they were fighting about, Capricorn's like dying by the fact that they're right. They're not budging on that. I think that they're looking back, though, a little bit regretful of that choice. Okay, because I feel like it pushed Cancer away. They're looking back on that like they shouldn't have been this way. They're also a little bit paranoid. I feel like they might have a little bit of an anger issue here. But I feel like they're getting over it, okay? I don't know what sparked so much anger here, but I feel like there's some anger here, okay? I feel like this is defensive as well. There's a defensiveness here. Like, I don't know if Capricorn's been hurt a lot of times in the past, or they're just afraid to get hurt, or they're afraid to invest and get hurt, if that makes sense. Like, invest and get hurt because they don't want to do, that's not going to happen. They don't want to do that, okay? I just feel like they're kind of like on the edge here, like, you know, like a little bit paranoid, like a little bit waiting the next bad thing to happen, or the next shoe to drop. I feel like they can't stand when things are unstable, and that's part of it. I feel like there's an element that they wanted some control here, okay? Or they wanted to like wear the pants or be the shot caller in the relationship, if that makes any sense. But very passionate, feeling like, you know, like I said, this is to me a little bit of a younger energy here, like younger energy that's going through growth, going through like a growth period, a growth process. All right, let's check out what's going on with Cancer, because this will help us. All right, so Cancer's not letting go. I don't know if they're thinking that Capricorn is this King of Wands in reverse. And King of Wands in reverse is like very narcissistic, very controlling. And sort of wants their way. But they're holding on to this. They're not letting go. They're dead set. Like they dug their heels in. They're not letting go. So I feel like what happened here was these two people had very different personalities, very different beliefs about love, and neither of them want to budge about what they think they're right about. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like Cancer's like, I'm not changing. This is the way I am. Take me as I am. Take me like this, holding on to the past, like bitter way, or else don't take me at all. So yeah, there's a lot of friction in this connection. A lot of friction. I don't know. These two signs are not the most compatible. Not saying it can't work. You're born into these signs. Doesn't mean that that changes anything about your soul contracts. But I feel like there's a little bit of hostility here. I feel like Cancer feels like they have to like use all their strength when it comes to dealing with Capricorn. Like they're only gonna like give so much and then they're like closed off, okay? But Cancer is very closed off. They don't want to open up. They don't want to share anything about themselves. They don't want to talk about the past too much. They don't want to be dwelling in anything that's unpleasant to them, okay? It depresses them greatly, and they're excellent at putting walls up. They're excellent at like putting these gigantic barriers up. Like, you can't see what's wrong with me. I won't let you. And you could ask me a million times, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm going to keep telling you no, but really I'm like suffering so deeply inside that I can never let anybody see that. Cancer does that a lot. And it takes a lot of strength to do that. I feel like Cancer was bringing in an element to Capricorn of healing. Okay, I don't know if that's what stirred Capricorn up and made them so angry and defensive feeling and, you know, thinking like they had the right to be this way and act this way. But, yeah, to me, Cancer is the key component to Capricorn's healing. Okay, but yeah, this is a real lot of friction here. Yeah, this ended, and this is, to me, this is just the separation. But I'm feeling like, you know, I don't know if Capricorn felt completely defeated here. One of you felt completely defeated, like totally rock bottom, no coming up from that. Like, in other words, this is like you have to rise from this, okay, like a phoenix. This was a cycle. It completed, it needed to end. It was very painful. I think it was multiple things that did this. I think that it was maybe a little bit of backstabbing somewhere, or somebody felt backstabbed. I also feel like somebody felt like they gave everything they had and it did them no good. All it did was get them with the swords on their back dead on the ground. So they're not seeing that they can pull themselves out of this. So let's get some more cards to see. Yeah. To me, this is like wanting a new beginning. So I feel like this is Cancer's energy. Cancer like wants a new beginning. They are thinking of Capricorn. They're the forefront of their mind. I feel like there's a sense here, though, that this is too immature of a connection. And I don't mean immature like, nah, boo-boo, you're a brat. I mean like you haven't grown enough. These two people have not grown enough to give this union their all, okay? So this is about getting out there in the world, exploring, learning, having multiple relationships. Yes, having sex with other people. Yes, it does mean this. It means you have to, like, I don't know, culture yourself a little bit. Learn about love. Get hurt a couple of times. It's okay. This is all part of life. You can't let one thing hurt you and then you're boohoo crying for weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months and you're not making any progress in life. So I say this all the time, guys. We're not supposed to live and die by our twin. We're not supposed to, you know, go into a grievance period and die like in a coffin that our twin left us. It's about growth. This card is a perfect example. New beginnings, growth. Get out there into the world. Don't be afraid to take risks. Do it for yourself, but it's about not being serious in a relationship, okay? This is not a serious card for a relationship. I don't want nothing serious. I'm walking my own path. You know, if I meet 20 people and I connect with all of them, great. If I meet 2 and connect with them, great. This is like very carefree attitude, okay? So I feel like the advice here is to sort of get to this where you're not like dwelling and obsessing, because this is like the most depressed anybody can be, okay? So advice from Spirit is to come out of that. Yeah, there's also things that are not yet to be known. I feel like there's this big thing about, I need to know. No, you're not always meant to know. And High Priestess energy comes in with that duality. It's like there's 2 sides to every story. There's 2 sides to every person walking around on this planet. Maybe you never saw that side of this person. Maybe there are things they were hiding from you, okay? Hiding from you because they want to keep these things to themselves because they don't either trust you or they don't feel like they can be open enough, or they just want to be like diplomatic and not dramatic and keep these things in so they don't spoil things or don't ruin like a person's opinion of them. But yeah, this is about secrets, okay? So there's still some secrets here and you're not meant to know. Okay, there is an element of not some things, like I could tell you a lot. I could tell you as much as, you know, you want to know a lot of stuff. I could tell you that. But High Priestess is like, no, there's a little bit of holding back that needs to be had here. Okay. I also feel like, I don't know if there was like another woman or the other woman, but I feel like there could have been something where there was 2 women or, you know, an infidelity thing going on when this is coming up. Okay. And that energy of like, I don't really care, you know, I'm floating in the breeze. If that makes any sense, guys. Yeah. And somebody's sacrificing for this connection. Okay. Somebody's like just waiting. They just think that, you know, it's going to magically be okay and a wand is going to be waved over this situation. And, you know, they're just waiting and not doing anything in the meantime. It's perfectly fine to wait, but you have to move on with life somehow, some way. I also feel like in this time that one of you is gaining a different perspective on this whole thing. It's sort of like a reevaluate. Like you're like, now I see what this is. Now I see what's wrong here. Now I get it. Okay. So I feel like a moment of clarity is coming. If it hasn't already, it's coming. All right. But there's stagnation here. There's no movement here. I feel like Spirit wants you to know you got to kind of get off your ass and do the work and start to, you know, push yourself to feel better and push yourself to, you know, get to a better place and, you know, happier, like a happier place, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is I got my 2 decks, sort of like shadows or darker things that need to come out in separation for a masculine and a feminine. So like things that, you know, we need to examine or look at or work on while we're in separation. So I'm going to pull one for the feminine and one for the masculine. So divine female in this connection is feeling incomplete. Completely incomplete. They revolved their whole life around this connection. And in separation, they're revolving their whole life around separation. And they're feeling incomplete both ways. Incomplete because their twin has now separated from them, and incomplete because the relationship didn't feel fulfilling. Because I feel like it was very intense. I feel like very quickly you both mirrored things to each other very, very quickly. And that's why I feel like a lot of this hostility was here with Capricorn. Capricorn was not ready to see that. And like in the after effects, like they get it, but they're pissed. They're like, they didn't want to see these things about themselves. They want to be like, I'm perfect and I work for a living and I'm happy with what I do. And, you know, I'm like the hardest working person. And when it comes to love, you know, I feel like it struck them deeper. Okay. So they're really in deep thought here, but yeah, divine feminine is feeling incomplete in this connection. Let's pull another card really quick. Yeah, what you're made of. So this is like goes along with the strength card. It's more like, you know, this is a time and an opportunity for you to really show what you're made of, like really bulk up that heart muscle, really bulk up your healing, you know, be tough, come out of this tough, like kicking ass, come out of this with like, you know, army boots on, smashing people's faces. Like, come on. It's like, get that energy up where you're feeling tough again and you're feeling beautiful and you're feeling like you know yourself and you know everything that, you know, is good about you. Okay. Does that make any sense? That's what Spirit wants you to know. This is a crazy connection, guys. This is one that I have to say, I feel like there's a lot of hostility and a lot of really mixed, crazy emotions in this one. So let's get a divine masculine. Shadows message. I don't want to call it shadows. I mean, it's like the darker things that, you know, happen when we split up. In a soul connection, in a regular relationship, in a twin flame. It's kind of like, let's see. Emotional damage from the divine masculine. And restless. All right. So emotional damage from the divine masculine. They feel like there's things from their past. I mean, we did say that in the beginning of the reading, if you rewind. There was some past issues. I feel like, yeah, this is somebody looking at their past. Like, I don't want to get hurt anymore. So that's why they may be defensive a bit. They have emotional damage from their past. I mean, it's almost like it haunts them. I would feel like this is maybe almost like a PTSD thing or something that is very, very hidden deep, deep, deep inside of them that they're not ready to let surface. I feel like they really struggle with this. It takes a lot of their energy and a lot of their being, like who they are, like it sucks away from who they are, like because they're constantly in this state like of, you know, I'm damaged, like, but I have to be better, I have to be perfect, I have to be good, like I have to go to work, like I have to do all these things, but I feel like they bury it. And then, you know, when it presented itself in this twin flame union, it was very, very painful for the divine masculine to look at, and restless, because I feel like they need answers too. They feel like you do. They want answers too. They're trying to get through what they need to get through, really. I mean, if we mirror our twin and our twin mirrors anything that's painful to us and we're not ready to see it, yeah, it's like stirs things up in you now. So divine feminine stirred things up in divine masculine, and now divine masculine is restless. Yes. So let's get, these are called Work Your Light cards. Let's get advice to sort of tie this reading up on what these two, can do to heal maybe. So we're getting creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So I feel like this may be just a sign to sort of just know that this is a divine connection. Just know that, it may be that you need to just grow with nature, like in a way where like you're nurturing yourself and you're growing because of it. And I do feel like it has to do with connecting more with earth and nature, and connecting more with meditation, and connecting more with the light that's inside of you. That light that's inside, we're all beings of light. That light that's inside of us can absolutely pull us out of darkness. We just have to find it. We just have to look to that light. It's there. Sometimes we go through life and all this shit happens and it buries our head with problems and stress and strife and distractions and pain and anguish, and all these things bog our head down. So I feel like this is just telling you to get more into the light, get more into a lighter spirit. And transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Wow. So this whole reading, I feel like, yes, is definitely about healing. But to say that it's on a cellular level, that means that like things are almost being changed, like almost like DNA composite things, like depression, anxiety. Those travel in our DNA. So I feel like there's something about major transformation that when the two of these elements come back together, when these two energies come back together, there will be divine transformation here. And that's exactly what is needed for these two to be together, okay? So go with the flow on this one, guys. Let time just be. Let time take you through the elements, through the emotions, through everything you need to do, and just accept what is, because I feel like this is very important for transformation. We're getting all the cards for that. And I just feel like these two that we pulled in the beginning, let go of jealousy and practice more gratitude. Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think. I love to read your comments, and I will leave links in my description box for Twin Flame Separation Support Group that I started on Facebook, and I will leave a link also for my private reading information, and I'm doing some really good specials right now, so go ahead and check that out. All right, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Love and light.